14 separate states decided to pursue a lawsuit against the Trump administration over the actions that are being taken by DOGE in essentially firing federal workers, cutting certain federal programs, freezing federal grants. There's a lot of judicial activity happening here. But let's talk a little bit about how this lawsuit that was filed by 14 states has played out so far. Now, for the first 3 weeks of Trump's administration, judges have put a damper on his efforts to consolidate power in the executive branch. In fact, many of his executive orders freezing funding were temporarily blocked. But yesterday, Trump and DOGE were handed a pretty significant win when a federal judge in Washington declined to bar Elon Musk and his team from ordering the mass firings of federal workers, of course, or having access to sensitive data, private personal information at 7 separate federal agencies. So 14 state attorneys general had sought a temporary restraining order to prevent Elon Musk or anyone on his efficiency team from combing through data at 7 agencies. And that includes Office of Personnel Management and the Education, Labor, Health, and Human Services, Energy, Transportation, and Commerce departments, okay? So it also sought to prevent Elon Musk's operatives from terminating, furloughing, or otherwise placing on involuntary leave any employees who work at those agencies. Now, Judge Tanya Chutkan wrote that states really couldn't provide specific examples of how DOGE's efforts would cause imminent or irreparable harm to the states or their residents. But she suggested that the lawsuit still had a strong chance of succeeding in later litigation when additional evidence becomes available. So here's what the judge writes. Plaintiffs legitimately call into question what appears to be the unchecked authority of an unelected individual and an entity that was not created by Congress and over which it has no oversight. So she's saying, look, this is a legitimate concern. It's just that in order to succeed in this litigation, in this lawsuit, you have to provide specific examples, and those examples are not available yet because these actions by the Trump administration are still relatively new. And speaking of having no oversight, the White House is still having trouble naming who exactly the leader of DOGE is after a Trump official said in a legal filing just yesterday that Elon Musk had no authority to make decisions. Take a look.
In a court filing, the White House said that Elon Musk is not a DOGE employee and has no authority to make decisions. Can you clarify for us today
well, Elon Musk,
what his exact role is there?
Yeah. Elon is, to me, a patriot. So, you could call him an employee, you could call him a consultant, you could call him whatever you want.
Who is the administrator, and is Musk directly consulted with that person?
Again, I just answered this question about Elon Musk. He is a special government employee within the executive office of the president, and the agencies are directing the cuts and the cuts of the wasteful spending.
Who is in charge of DOGE?
The President of the United States.
He's the administrator of DOGE?
No, the DOGE is what was formerly U.S. Digital Services. It's an agency of the federal government that reports into the executive office of the president, which reports to the president of the United States.
Okay.
The way that Article 2 works is a president wins an election, and then he appoints staff, including myself, including Mike Waltz, including Susie Wiles, including Elon Musk, and those staff report to him.
Okay, well aware. Does Elon Musk know he's not in charge of DOGE?
Again, the president runs the government, then the president appoints advisors, including Elon, including myself.
Look, I gotta be honest with everybody. I don't care who's in charge of DOGE. It doesn't even matter. Okay, what matters is what's actually coming to fruition and what is happening under the Trump administration. And what is happening is all sorts of, federal agencies are being dismantled, some of which I don't care as much about as the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, because the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau was literally the only good thing that came out of the Obama response to the economic crisis that occurred in 2008. I'm not kidding. Okay, the Dodd-Frank bill to regulate the banks was garbage. Okay, super watered down bill. And the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau was the only government agency that was essentially serving as a cop on the beat when it came to financial institutions robbing us, the American people. Okay, that matters to me. The lack of real analysis or methodology in firing federal workers. I don't even mind firing federal workers that we might not need, okay? I do think that there's a lot of bloat in the federal government. But can we at least do an appropriate analysis and ensure that the people who are being let go aren't important workers, people tasked with, protecting our nuclear arsenal, people tasked with researching avian flu, which is absolutely devastating Americans who want to buy eggs for their household. I mean, come on. This isn't Twitter, okay? I don't care about Twitter malfunctioning temporarily because, Elon Musk bought it and fired a bunch of people without thinking about it or doing an analysis. This is the American government. These are the American people who fund the American government. And so there just needs to be a better way of doing this. But treating the federal government and these agencies and these programs as if it's the same as an annoying social media platform is insane to me. Absolutely insane. John.
No, all this is insane. You have a process. Like everybody has said, there was a process in the 90s where they tried to slim down government. They studied it. They didn't just fire people and then go, oh yeah, the nukes do probably need some people looking after them. This world-ending technology. Oh yeah, there is a bird flu epidemic. I guess we'll hire those people back. The people doing the cutting right now, who you are not allowed to know who they are, and if you name them on social media, Elon Musk says you're breaking the law. So you, mere peasant, don't hope to know who these people are. And again, can you imagine Republicans being okay with being told they're not allowed to know who's in charge of government departments under Biden? Obviously not. They are simply too stupid to be making these cuts. They don't know what they're doing. And why would they? On average, they're 16 and a half. They should be watching Rick and Morty. They're not qualified for this and they've already proven it. This is not a hypothetical. And so all of this is obviously unacceptable. I hate for every person who watches the show that they have to see a clip of Stephen Miller. Nobody should have been cursed with that again. The fact that he can go on there and do his utterly condescending thing of, yeah, the president gets elected and he can, look, I'm sure he's very happy that he has his government authority. I think that in the end, I'll have the last laugh because cosmically he's been cursed with what has to be the deep knowledge that he has never once come close to satisfying a woman sexually. And so that's gotta be at least some compensation for me having to see his big, stupid, bald face. But anyway, just we deserve better as a country. You could do these cuts. Have Elon Musk bring actual experts in, have them study it for a few months, and then tell Congress, here are the things that we would like to cut. Here's the case that we're making. Not we talked to them on Zoom for 10 minutes and we fired people who've been working there for 16 years that have mission critical information. I think that we should be able to expect at least a little bit out of the people that are being given this incredible amount of power.
Well said.
Hey, thanks for watching that video. We really appreciate it, guys. And we appreciate it if you become members because that allows us to be independent, honest, progressive, all the things that you don't get from corporate media. And all of that is because of you guys. Hit the join button below and become one of us, become a Young Turk.